Do you have $10,000 and you want to build the best portfolio to make big gains in the upcoming bull run? Big influencers charge hundreds of dollars for this. You're getting it for free. This is going to be my third bull run. I'm going to go through step by step all the important factors we need to take into consideration when building a portfolio. I just want to make this very clear. The first couple of minutes of these videos are the most important. So don't skip. I know you want to see the portfolio, but trust me, this is more important. First off, how much is $10,000 for you? This is something that I see very few people talk about. $10,000 is not the same for everyone. This is crypto. Worst case scenario, you will lose everything. Could you financially recover from this? Would this hurt you financially to the point where you need to take drastic measures, like for instance, take loans? Ask yourself this. If it's too much, then lower it down. I'm just using $10,000 as an example. A more accurate estimate of a portfolio size would actually be calculated with percentages in light of your overall net worth or how much money you're willing to invest in crypto. But we're going to use $10,000 as our budget. With the economical risk out of the way, let's look at the emotional risk. Pay attention. Please be honest. I'm only saying this because every single day I see people in the comment section, both on my videos and other YouTubers, who are way too emotional, probably pretty high in neuroticism, and should stay far away from crypto. And there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Perhaps invest in more safer options like index funds that will yield a yearly 7% average return. But please pause the video and ask yourself the following. Yes, you can truly make generational wealth this bull run, but can you handle the volatility that is without a doubt coming your way? If the answer is no, then get out now. If you can, then let's move on. Next up, what is your goal with a portfolio like this? Are you looking to make 2x, 5x, 10x, 100x, more than 100x? Understand that the more X's you're looking to make, the higher risk you're running of losing a lot of money. For this portfolio, we're going to try and max out as many X's as we can while trying to minimize the risk. That means we're not going to put $10,000 on elephant with dementia that has $237 in market cap. We're going to be smart with this. In other words, we're aiming for the best risk to reward. Also, notice how I made it very clear that we're going to make a lot of money in the bull run. That means we won't make a lot of money tomorrow, in a week, or even a month. We're trying to build a portfolio that is going to make us rich in the bull run of perhaps late 2024 or even 2025. This also means that this is investing. This is not trading. We're here to make smart decisions for long term, and we're here to have patience. This means that when your project that you have great conviction in dips 20%, you don't sell. You only lose money when you hit that sell button. And also be very cautious with who you follow. Big influencers that actually have a huge following can fluctuate the price and use you as their exit liquidity. I suggest following smaller channels like mine, as I simply don't get enough use to do so. Of course, not that I would do it either way. One final thing before we make the portfolio, we need to understand narratives. Because, and this is both the beauty and the ugly of crypto, we invest where other people are going to invest. The beauty of this is that we can try to predict where the hype is going to be by understanding psychology and herd mentality. The ugly side is that there are going to be a lot of projects that have amazing fundamentals with great use cases that simply won't do much because of lack of hype. So you probably noticed that there are a lot of narratives in crypto, but my advice is to pick some narratives that you know a lot about or want to learn about and you think will do well in the bull run. And by well, I mean, are other people going to invest in this? Is there a demand for this? My channel has been pretty big on AI and gaming because I'm certain that these narratives will pump in the bull run, simply because of hype. Not to say that both narratives are not amazing in terms of utility, but I think there are going to be a lot of hype around this because there is a lot of hype around this outside of crypto as well. So a big portion of my portfolio will consist of projects that go under these narratives. We also have other narratives that we will touch upon when we structure our portfolio in a bit, but AI and gaming are without a doubt going to be huge. The most important thing here is to invest in narratives before they pump. Don't FOMO into narrative. and projects that have already been pumped. We've seen both the AI narrative and the gaming narrative have a small rally, but it seems like it's been cooling off. I definitely think both of these narratives will go crazy in the bull run. Of course, not financial advice. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let's actually take a look at the portfolio. So here is how I would set up a portfolio to maximize risk to reward, to make as many exits as possible while minimizing risk. Keep in mind, this is an example. This could look very different. In my portfolio, I'll have about 25% in the safety net. By safety net, I mean projects that you have the most conviction in will do well. Just to be very clear, by well, I don't mean 100x projects. These are solid projects that probably have a 10x to a 30x max. The reason we have this safety net and want to allocate 25% to it is because this is going to save us if the rest of the portfolio goes bad. Now, in terms of percentage of our safety net, this is relative. This is again determined by how much $10,000 is for you, how many exits you're going for, and how your emotional risk tolerance is. This could be as low as like 10%. If you're planning for a super high risk portfolio, this could also be higher. In this portfolio, we will allocate 25%. Let me give you an example of why we have safety nets. Let's say we have 25% here, and we would fill the rest of our portfolio with crap that all went to zero. We would still end up with somewhere between $25,000 and $75,000, which is not as much as we wanted, but better than ending up at zero. So for instance, a solid AI DeepIn project here could be Render. Another AI project could be BitTensor. If you want gaming, we could do Immutable X. Layer 1 could be Caspa. All of these projects have the potential of doing 10x and more. Guys, most of you already know this, but for the newer people of crypto, I would absolutely not encourage you to put meme coins in the safety net. No Shiba, no Doge, no Bonk. I don't care if these are 10x as big as the other safety net picks in terms of market cap. Meme coins and safe should never be in the same sentence. So I encourage you to stay away from these coins in the safety net. We will have room for those further down our list. Now you might be saying, shouldn't you include BTC or perhaps ETH in your safety net? These coins are definitely safer picks, definitely safer than the other picks we listed above. But like I said, even though we're allocating to our safety net, remember, we're still trying to maximize risk to reward. I honestly think that the reward when investing in ETH and BTC with this portfolio size isn't good enough, and that you would actually run a huge opportunity cost of allocating to BTC and ETH, in my opinion, not financial advice. However, if you had 10 million to invest, BTC and ETH would be great because you don't need a 30x. Hope that makes sense. Anyways, as for how many coins you should include in your safety net, this varies. I would suggest covering some big narratives, but don't go crazy with the amount of coins. The riskier the allocation, the more altcoins you want to include, just simply because of probability. So in the safety net, again, relative and hard to say, but I would include no more than 2 picks. So next up, we have mid caps. We're going to allocate 40% of our portfolio to mid caps. Here we're looking for coins that have medium risk and that can yield us 50x and maybe even more if we're lucky, depending on where they're at. Coins like, for instance, AI Tech, AGI, Tectum, Illuvium fit very well into this category. These are all coins that in a very bullish scenario could do a 50x. Same thing applies overall in your entire portfolio. Try to keep in mind that you're going to cover a range of narratives. Also, one thing to note, there could be a big difference in market cap with these coins that I just mentioned that you need to factor in. Here, we'll in this example pick around 2 or 3, give or take. Next up, we have low caps, which is going to account for 25 to 30% of the portfolio. Here, we're looking for coins with 100 million to 10 million in market cap. Now, this is a very wide range. Keep that in mind. In this range, we're looking for projects that can potentially 100x. Here we introduce coins like Mintlayer. Mintlayer is a perfect pick for this range. We also have, Navi, OTK, Shrep, all projects who can do a lot of X's. Here we could do 3 or 4 picks. And finally, we have what I like to call our degen allocation, which will include 5 to 10% of our portfolio, depending on how big of a degen you are. For maximizing risk to reward, I wouldn't go higher than 10% here, because crypto itself is very risky, but this is extremely risky. Here we're looking for projects that can do 100x plus, best case scenario. Just to name a few, we got AWT, Elda, Souls, Right, Lit, DChat, Octavia, and here, if you want, you can include your meme coins. I won't try and name a meme coin with less than 10 million in market cap because there is a chance it won't exist tomorrow, but I'm sure you can find one. Here you can include more picks than you did in the other allocations, as you're looking for a moonshot, and the probability that you will find one with just 2 picks is very low. So let's run a simulation of the best possible outcome for our portfolio. Safety net did a 20x, that's 50,000. Mid caps did a 50x, that's 200k. Small caps did a 100x, that's 250k. Degen did a 500x, that's 500k. Would you look at that? 1 million. Now, is this going to happen? Probably not. But it's just to show how much potential a portfolio like this could have. Remember, these allocations should look very different for you depending on all the factors we covered earlier in the video. The point of this is not for you to take out $10,000 of your bank account and invest exactly how I did in this example. The point is to provide perspective so you can figure out what works best for you. If you have any questions, join the Discord. The team and I will be happy to answer. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Stay safe.